Hi, hello, welcome back to another Onkruid video, welcome back to another Soulstone Survivors video, a late night recording. Starting us off immediately, crafting the Noxious Reaper, the new necromancer weapon. And it's exactly what we're gonna use, Plague Rats. It's a very nice color scheme as well on the weapon. Our runes are the standard build we almost always go, if not just always go. And I think we're headed into the final map again to, if possible, try and get some more tin. As we know, tin is like the resource that we need the most of. It's a resource we would gladly trade in 4 sheep for, or 2 or 3 sheep if we have like a specific port. Little Catan reference there. What do we have? We have the Plague Rats, of course, and we have Putrefy. Causes all your allies in a large area around you to release an explosion of rot. Ooh. And it says all your allies, so it's not just my rats, right? We are definitely going to be going for like a minion build, but I was kind of hesitant on going singular focus and trying to like get a whole bunch of the same skills in there. But I think now with the new weapon, the new skills, the new types of minions, I think we can easily fill up our action bar to the brim with minions without having to go singular focus. I want minions though. I want some. Yeah. All right, there we go. What else is this build gonna revolve around? It's mainly gonna be minions, and then I think let's get some might in there and some bloodlust maybe to speed those minions up a little bit. Otherwise, in terms of passive upgrades, focus a little bit on multicast and focus on our synergetic abilities, I guess. Wow, that is such a nice upgrade to get early. A little bit of area, never hurt nobody as well. Don't really want any of these. I guess we'll have to... Yeah, we shouldn't waste like all our rerolls and banishes right from the get-go. We'll just have to make do with what we get for a second. Gangrene, very nice to get early as well, even though we're not applying fragility yet. So we need to kind of get a motor for that engine. Get a little catalyst, a little trigger for that engine to start popping, because otherwise, well, gangrene is not going to be able to do much at all. I love the... Ooh, there we go, bloodlust. I love the little rats, man. That's such a cool addition. They got bloodlusted right now, right? Yeah, look at the damage they are already pumping out. This is some severe, some intense, some real early game damage you are seeing right here. I am taking a bunch of area upgrades for now, but I think we're gonna start steering clear of that, because area and pets, they don't always add up, I think. A nice attack speed upgrade for the Plague Rats though. Area effect for the Putrefy, I don't know, is gonna be nice, because I want all the monsters in the area, in the giant area around me, to explode if that's at all possible. Feeling a bit like the leader of Al-Qaeda. I don't know if that's too far. I digress. Moving along. Am I ever scared of clients finding this channel? I'm not sure. I don't think there's a large chance of... I guess we're keeping Poison Ball, by the way. I don't think there is a large chance of that ever happening, unless if I specifically like sent them one of my psychology videos or a video about a book about reading, for example. And otherwise, still, who cares? It's my passion, and it's something I'm proud of, right? It's not something I'm gonna back down of. It's the same as if like a psychologist or a therapist would have a hobby of singing on the side or playing in a band. They wouldn't put that away. They wouldn't stop making music just because of the possibility that their clients might find out, even if the music has like some sexual meanings or sexual themes or some weird noises, or it's like a... Ooh... I think we're gonna go for increased quantity there, but that was a very, very hard decision to make. But I hope that there will be another upgrade in the debilitating plague department sooner or later. Fire shield, a bit more tankiness, a bit more defensiveness, hurt nobody. But yeah, sometimes you should realize that, alright, we have kind of like a specific type of job. Oh, there we go, the frailty, gangrene can start popping now. It's weird. It's an interaction with people, but you don't necessarily always want to be in interaction with those people outside of the sessions, right? So that's why it's a bit je ne sais quoi. It's a bit a gray zone of how much of your personal life you want clients to know about. But if it's your passion project, your hobby, maybe your talent even a little bit, if I'm gonna be a bit boastful, about the fact that this YouTube channel is almost at 250 subscribers and that I'm still having a blast while making every single episode. I think we want to replace Chaos Golem actually, because, and if we're getting the War Boars, I think we're gonna replace it again. We want a skill that summons more minions because of the explosion of rot on every single separate minion. And Chaos Golem only provides like 1 or 2 entities around us. But you shouldn't back down from the things you want to do in life and the passions you have in life just for the fear of a client finding out about it. I don't think that's a good approach at all. And I'm definitely not ashamed, not anymore. In the early days of this YouTube channel, I was very ashamed. I didn't dare to speak out loud while my parents were in the hallway, for example, while I was recording, because I was just so scared of them being like, why were you talking English? What are you doing? And me having to explain. Now, don't care at all. For example, my girlfriend just said goodnight to me right before I started recording this video, and I just started talking even though she was still in the hallway probably. She might even still be there right now, listening, lingering, trying to distinguish what I'm saying, maybe hear if I'm saying bad things about her, which of course we never do here on the Onkruid channel. Don't tell her, never tell her, don't ever tell her, please. Right, I think we're good, don't worry, don't worry. I don't think I've ever said too many bad things about her. I think I have had some discussions about communications in a relationship where sometimes I use examples from our specific relationship and stuff like that, but no specific personal attacks on her character. So I don't think I'm gonna get sued for defamation, and I don't think she, or at least I hope she won't shit in my bed. Little Johnny Depp Amber Heard reference there. It's not really a timely reference anymore because that trial has been rounded off, has come to an end for a while already, but it is just like such an insane story that it warrants being referenced to sometime, just so you can get reminded of what a crazy ass place the world is, man. Weekend's over. It's Sunday evening right now while recording this. Had a nice weekend, yeah. Saturday, or well, Friday evening went for a quiz. Saturday I went for my singular client that I had on Saturday. It was quite a good session. Focused mainly on her schoolwork, female client, and what she gains from it, how the schoolwork is in line with her values, and how she can maybe make that even a bit more the case. We are absolutely destroying everything on screen, by the way. The Lords stand no chance, and I'm not talking about New Zealand singers. And then Saturday evening I went home to my parental house, just had a very chill evening, writing some reports, reading some books, watching a whole bunch of YouTube videos, playing one League of Legends game. Yeah, it was just a very chill evening. And then today, on Sunday, I was closed during my Chick-fil-A. I just had a very chill day yet again. Wrote the rest of the report that I still didn't get to yesterday because I procrastinated a little bit because, well, it was my weekend day. I wanted a bit of a day off. Normally today we would have gone for a little padel session with the boys, but the weather was not delightful, so we had to cancel it. Not that we're like afraid of a little raindrop dropped up, cooking up crocs in the hot pot, something like that. Cooking up dope in the hot pot, I don't know what he says, man. But it's a bit of a waste of money if you play padel while it is raining or while it has recently rained, because the humidity of the field, the fluid that kind of gets ingested by the field, it gets sucked up by the gravel and the dirt, it makes the ball bounce a whole lot less. So it's just like not a regular old padel game, and that's why it feels a little bit like a waste of money. Or not even a little bit, it definitely just is like a waste of money. Very thankful for the facilities where we practice that beautiful sport, for just allowing us to cancel at such a late notice without applying any extra costs or anything. But because, yeah, well, I'm afraid I'm glad that they also realize that, well, they can't force us to come and play when the sport is not possibly played at that moment. And it's quite sad because there's such a great opportunity to just make like a giant party tent structure over the paddle fields, if you will. But paddle, no idea how you pronounce it in English. Just like, you know, the little tomb, the entombing action they did for Chernobyl, do that, but then for padel fields, right? I think it's an easy solution. It's not going to cost a lot of money at all. It doesn't even have to be made from grade A steel or whatever type of metal they use there. It can just be the cheapest form of plastic that you have. just to keep the rain out, you know? Just to make the sport playable while the weather is bad. My mom made the great point of like, hey, well then why didn't you go squashing again? You haven't gone squashing in almost a year or something, it feels like. And I was like, damn, kind of forgot that was an option for a second. If my buddy Berglucht is listening to this, he will probably think like, yeah, that's actually a very good point. Why did we not just go squashing? But, I mean, we didn't want to betray our 2 other homies, of course, because padel is a sport you play with 4 people, squash is a sport you play with 2 people, so we could have gone squashing with the 4 of us, now that I think about it, but I don't know if everybody has a racket. I think everybody has a racket, actually. Damn. Missed opportunities in life, but everything chill. Everything turned out nice. I went for a walk with my best friend because, well, we had some time to spare then, and the weather was not really so forgiving that walks were absolutely doable and completely nice. It was not a summer vibe. It was not a summer evening that Harry Styles would sing about. But it was okay. It was doable, you know? It was survivable. And it was not that cold, actually. And the weather was not that cold. It was just a little bit annoying. Only on my hands was it cold, but I had gloves on. Although my gloves, my gloves really, and no offense to homeless people, but my gloves really look like they belong to a homeless person that has been on the streets for years on end. They are worn down to a thread. But that's how I normally use the material stuff in my life, you know? That's why I still haven't upgraded my computer, even though I have earned enough money to do so right now. I want to make sure that I use the material stuff I invested in to its fullest potential before replacing it. That was a very, very quick run for being such a high curse level. Shows you how potent a minion build can be sometimes. There we go. Necromancer weapon tested out in a nice and short sweet video. Do we already have enough to create more new weapons? We have this one already. We need silver. That's not tin. We have created the assistance upgrade already, but the Beastmaster needs tin. Elementalist also silver. Silver and tin. And then finally more silver. What map is silver? It is the Frozen Wasteland, so I guess we're gonna be playing a lot of Frozen Wastelands in the future as well. Thank you very much for watching. Some more videos coming up. This might go over the 100 episode mark if you really want to unlock all the new features in the update, but you know, that 100 episode mark was a goal I set in terms of results. I'm reading Atomic Habits by James Clear right now, and I know that I need to focus on the process instead of the results. And that's why I'm focusing on recording and not recording a amount of videos or getting an amount of views or anything like that. No, I'm doing this for myself, for the process, and for my identity. Thank you. Bye-bye.